everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
We are going to Chefs de France over in the Epcot France Pavilion. I'm very much looking forward to this. We have been here before. It's been several years, but I remember being very pleased when we went.
We are also taking the boys with us tonight.
We
so
are.
It's the four of us. So they have a fabulous wine selection, which we're not going to get. They do have cocktails too, but I don't think we're going to rate on drinks at this one. I think we're going to focus on the food, maybe save a little bit of money on drinks, and then all four of us get something different and nice and good that we can all review. Probably get appetizers and maybe desserts and see how this goes. So not sure if we're going to just divide by 3 or split ambiance and theming up. We'll figure that out later.
The menu looks fantastic. I mean, it's all in French, so I'm not going to actually say the words that are on the menu.
They have English.
I know, they have the English version. So, I mean, they've got escargot, they've got French onion soup, they've got a salad, baked goat cheese, which sounds fantastic. All of those are appetizers, and then as far as entrees go, you've got everything from shrimp to salmon to ratatouille to mac and cheese. I mean, like chicken, beef, all the things.
All the things.
So
and creme brulee. So that sounds good for dessert.
Yes.
I'm anxious to hear what our waiter or waitress recommends to us, and then I really like. I've grown fond of French food. So Monsieur Paul really just man.
Oh. Yeah, we talk about that one a lot. It is in the same building as Monsieur Paul, so maybe it will be as fabulous.
Doubtful, but maybe it will.
All right.
Well, there's only one way to find out if this is going to beat our expectations, which they are high. Are you ready?
Ooh, I'm not sure if that'll beat it, but maybe match it. But yes, I am ready.
All right, let's do this.
So our baguette came to the table. It looks amazing. I haven't eaten it yet, but then we also just got an order of escargot as well as an order of the French onion soup. So we're all just kind of sharing. That French onion soup is a huge portion, so definitely shareable if you come.
1 French onion soup with 4 spoons. I can't talk apparently. Gotta get some cheese on there. The cheese is great and melty on top. Ironically, the broth is a little thin for me. Like, it's not as rich as other French onion soups I've had. It's a little more watery than I would like to see. But the cheese is good on top.
I tend to agree with you on that one. I would like the broth to just be like a little, not necessarily, I don't know if it's thicker, but like richer.
Are you gonna try the escargot?
Maybe in a little bit. That was the one I was gonna take.
Really good. Buttery. It was great. I don't know.
My bad. It ain't too bad.
Entrees have arrived. We actually each got something different intentionally so we could all try each other's. Aiden got the tenderloin, which looks great. I got a charcuterie board that's got like 4 different types of cheeses and meats, 2 different types of bread, pate, grapes. It looks amazing.
I got the salmon that has like a champagne sauce. He said that the bread, like dipping the bread in the champagne sauce is really good, so I'm very much looking forward to this. It's got some rice and veggies. And then Jennings got the half rotisserie chicken with mashed potatoes and green beans.
Okay, so we've all tried everybody's dishes. I think my favorite thing on the table was the tenderloin of beef. It was cooked really, really well and seasoned very well.
I think my favorite thing was Jennings' roasted rotisserie chicken. That was really good.
The salmon was a little overcooked. It was a little dry. The charcuterie board, there was no cooking involved, but it was really an interesting pairing of French breads with French cheeses and meats, and so it's huge, by the way.
Yeah, so I tend to agree. I think my salmon was a little on the dry side. The champagne sauce that came with it is very tasty, and it's good to slop the bread up, in it. That's kind of fun. Once I added a little salt and pepper, it definitely made the dish better. I think it was lacking a little seasoning, but overall I think my favorites are the chicken and the tenderloin for sure.
I had a little bit of everybody's dish. My favorite thing was what I got, the tenderloin. It was made very, very well, and the sauce that they put on it was really good.
Hello. I'm not sure what my favorite thing is. I think the salmon was a little under-seasoned. Chicken was really good, but there's like a lot of bones in it. I'm not saying that it's the restaurant's fault, but chickens have a lot of bones.
Oh.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's tasty. It has a nice crunch on the top, the fruit, creaminess. It's a good one.
Gotta fight to get a bite in this place. So we obviously got the creme brulee. It is probably the most shareable of the desserts here. Pretty tasty.
All right, I think that does it here, so we will finish this up at home.
All right, we are back.
But first, if you are looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at Fantastical Vacations. We plan Disney destinations, cruises, Universal, and all-inclusive resorts, and we would absolutely love to help you out.
It's been years since we've eaten at Chefs de France. I think 2019 was the last time we ate there, and I remember being very impressed when we ate there the last time. This wasn't as impressive. It wasn't bad. There were a few little missteps with the food, and honestly, it wasn't as great of an experience, which is a little bit of a disappointment because I was really looking forward to this. But should we just dive in?
We didn't get drinks tonight. They do have a pretty, decent wine list and a few cocktails, but we didn't get anything this evening. So we split up ambiance and theming. We weren't really sure how we were going to do this, if we were going to divide it by 3 or if we were going to split those up, until we walked in to be sat.
So the hostess walked us to this first table, and there's 4 of us. It was a 4-top, which the 4-tops here are very, very small, but it was sandwiched between all these other tables. I mean, there was, in this little section, because it was like a banquette on one side and then chairs on the other side, in this little section, there was a 4-top, a 2-top, and a 4-top, and probably the space that 2 2-tops should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, they were cramped, and there was a couple sitting in the 2-top in the middle, and literally whoever was going to sit in the chair closest to the gentleman of the couple, they were going to be literally rubbing elbows. There was
maybe 3 inches of space in between the tables.
Yeah, I don't know how you could. I mean, I don't think there was enough room to go between the tables. I said, is there any way we can get a table that's not right next to another couple, like just a little bit of space? She was a little bit annoyed, but she went and asked, and we did get another table, which was actually lovely. So
it was.
My suggestion, there are kind of 3 different seating areas here. There's the main interior dining room, and there's 2 sunroom areas.
Yeah, I call them outdoor patios, but they're closed in. I don't know. Sunroom is a better term for that.
I would choose one of those sunroom areas.
I would probably request
the tables
that.
are a little bit more spread out. It's nicer out there. So that was actually a better experience.
Yes,
there.
It was incredibly loud in that main dining area as well, and it was still pretty loud in the area that we were in, but not quite as bad. So anyway, overall, we gave ambiance a 2.5. It was very close together. You were right on top of people, and it was quite noisy.
Theming, I think they do much better on.
Yes.
So theming, all of the wait staff, at least the ones that we saw, were from France. Our waiter. He said he was from Paris, had been here about 7 months, and you know, I mean, it was very much like you're on like in a Parisian cafe or something. Like it's very, very themed to France. It's very nice inside. That being said, there's no like above and beyond like anything spectacular. If you happen to be at one of a couple of seats when the fireworks are going off, you can see the fireworks kind of through there, but it's not like they have these big, amazing. So like Monsieur Paul upstairs, you can see the fireworks. This one's kind of it's hit and miss, and you have to look through people outside, but better than ambiance, right?
Yes. Oh, for sure. So we decided that theming got a 3.5.
So let's talk service. Our waiter, he was a lovely human. He did his best to give us his recommendations. Some were on point, some were not. He actually brought multiple loaves of bread without
Bring
being
on the
asked.
bread. Come on, just keep bringing it.
He did not fill up water. So we didn't get any drinks. All 4 of us just had waters. He did not fill up waters,
Which was
ironically.
interesting. Like, Jennings was like pretty much gone. And so I said, hey, could we get some more water? And so he brought the water over and he filled Jennings up, and then he topped mine off that was right next to it. But then he took the water away and he didn't fill up Dan and Aiden's. It was just kind of weird. That was kind of an odd.
So twice we had to ask to get waters filled, and he wouldn't fill up all the waters. And one time he came by and did fill up all 4 waters. It was just kind of straight. Like Aiden asked for water. He came, filled his up, didn't fill mine up, and their glass was literally right next to Aiden's glass. I had half left, so I don't know. It was a little bit weird.
Maybe it's a French thing. I don't know.
Maybe it's a French thing. I don't know. Well, but I think he was above average.
Yeah.
But did not, really blow us away. So we gave him a 3.5.
Yep. Finally, the food. So this is where it was kind of a hit or miss. Like, so we ordered escargot and the French onion soup, and the escargot was fantastic. That was done very well. The French onion soup was pretty good. It had like the broth there was something off. It wasn't like
water.
it was too thin. Like it wasn't not that it needed to even be thicker, but more like it needed more depth to it. Like it needed more flavor and more.
Yeah, I don't know how you make French onion soup, but if you think about it like you boil water and you put bouillon cubes in it, it needed double the amount of bouillon cubes. You know what I mean? It was too watered down, it was too watery. But the cheese and everything else was great about it, and it was a big portion. It was a huge bowl of French onion soup. We shared it, and we had some left, the 4 of us. Yeah, you're right. The baguettes though, that come free with the meals, super good.
Perfection. And then the first recommendation that he gave was the salmon, and so that's what I ordered. And it was a little dry and
not seasoned.
Wasn't
well.
seasoned well at all. So I mean, it improved once I asked for more of like the sauce, and so I put some salt and pepper on there, and that kind of helped it out a little bit. But it was still dry. So, but Aiden's was out of this park. That was the other one that he recommended, and then Jennings ordered the chicken, which was fantastic.
I had the charcuterie board, so there wasn't much cooking going on there, but it was prepared very well.
There's a nice variety too.
I feel like the variety of the pate and meats and cheeses. I mean, I didn't finish a third of it. Like it was a bunch of very, very shareable.
Yeah.
But I think the presentation and the thought that went behind the French breads and the French cheeses and pairing it all together, I think it was very good. And then the waiter did explain like the order that you should eat the cheeses, what the cheeses and what the meats and everything was. So I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I think like Aiden's was probably a 4.5. That steak was really good. I think Jennings was probably about a 4. Yours maybe a 3. It was
pretty well average.
Maybe slightly below a 3. I mean, it was average if it was cooked well, I think, just because of the flavors. But we'll call it a 3. And then mine, I don't know if you can really rate a charcuterie board, but it was more closer to a 4 anyway. So all that being said, we just kind of averaged them all out to a 4. The creme brulee was actually really good as well. So we just kind of averaged it all out to a 4.
If you add all that up and divide it out, it comes out to be a 3.375. I would say that this, like in my head as we were doing the ratings, I was thinking this falls somewhere mid-range 3. Like it's somewhere in that 3.375 to 3.5 area.
Yeah, but we've had better experience here.
We have, so I don't know if it's
the last time that we came, and again, it was years ago, but the last time we came, it was more like a 4, maybe slightly above a 4.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't write this off forever. I want to go back. I would suggest going. It's a good restaurant. I don't know, just a few. If a few things had been better, you know, it would have climbed up there close to 4 for us. So we'll be back to this one.
Yeah, for sure. If you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.